What's the slope formula? y2 minus y1 over, it's a symbol for slope, y equals mx plus b. It's m, so it's m. M equals. There's 0 minus g over negative 5. What is 5 minus 7? What is 1 negative g? Yeah, it's 0. If you're at 0, like on the number line, you go back g, you're in the negatives now. You're at negative g. So we have negative g over, what's negative 5 minus 6? So if we have a minus, you just go plus minus, minus 11. What is negative g over negative 11? So you have to have an equal sign in order to get like a g equals or an x equals or something like that. It says the slope is 4 equals. The top part's right? So 0 minus g, bottom part. Bottom part, okay, next one is negative 5, x2 minus x1. Okay, so then it's going to be negative 5, and then minus, and then x1, negative 6. So it's really plus. And then you end up with 4. What's on top? Negative g over, subtract the 2 and take the sign of the bigger number. And 6 is positive, and you're subtracting. It's positive 1. So you can get rid of the 1, and then end up with negative g equals positive 4. And then g equals negative 4. What's the equation to find the slope? M equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Slope is negative 10. So negative 10 equals 3 minus 7. Negative 2 and negative 2 and then minus g. What is 3 plus x? Alright, so negative 2 minus g is negative 2 minus g. What is negative 2 times g? Alright, so then we got to get g by itself. What happens when you launch the missile? So you get 3 plus 7. And then negative 2 minus g. Negative 10 equals 10 over negative 2 minus. This is important. Alright, so you got your variable on the bottom, right? Okay, variable has to be on the top. You got to get it on top in order to solve for it. You can multiply both sides by exactly what's in the bottom. What's exact? Negative 2 minus g over 1. And then this side gets multiplied by what? Negative 2 minus g. You don't need the over 1 because there's no fraction over here. What happens on the right? You wipe out. That's why you multiply on both sides. So you can get rid of that. So then you get 10 equals, and then yes, you distribute. Negative 10 parentheses minus 2 minus g. 20 plus g equals 10 minus 20 minus 20, and g equals negative 10. Alright, negative 10 equals 3 minus 7, good, and then negative 2 minus g, and the slope is negative 10. And then you have negative 10 equals 3 plus 7. Negative 10 equals, right, over negative 2 minus g, negative 2 minus g, negative 2 minus g, and then you have negative 10 times negative 2 minus g. What is 10 times g? 10g. So the 10 goes right there. Minus 20 minus 20. Then you have 10g. Divide by 10. Divide by 10. And then g equals what? Negative 1. Equals negative 1 minus h over negative 1. What is, let's say I have 5 equals 10 over x. Alright, how do you get x by itself? What you want to do is you want to multiply both sides by what's on the denominator. 100% has to be, and also there's another mistake. Whenever you multiply by like a whole number, always write it as this number, what is next to a fraction, over 1. If I were to do this, if you do 10 over x, and you multiply that by 10, and then I go over 1, you're going to get 5 equals 100 over x. In this case, if I had multiplied this by negative 1 minus h, and then I go over 1, okay, that means that I have to FOIL this open, okay? And it doesn't do anything. You got to multiply this on this side. So you've created a huge mess. Step right here, let me erase all this. So 10 equals negative 1 minus h over negative 1. So times negative 1 over 1 times negative 1. What happens on the left? So you get negative 10. What happens on the right? So you have this. So you have to do that. 1 plus h. And this is gone right here. And h equals what?